Hello, and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Viginalysis. This one, we're talking Israel Adesanya, last style bender. Recent interview on the JRE podcast, and when he addresses Khalil Rountree, he has somewhat of a warning for Khalil Rountree, and that's Alex Pereira's power. We're going to talk about the interview a little bit more, but before getting started, make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Viginalysis. Well, first and foremost, super happy to see Adesanya back in good spirits. I do understand that he has a lot of online presence, but it really makes a difference when the online presence comes in a form of a JRE podcast episode. I think you cannot have two people argue or disagree on the fact that this platform has tremendous reach, worldwide reach. Like I said, I'm just very happy to see the guy to have taking the last few performances and digesting those performances in a positive way. The L's and the losses you turn to lessons. And it's a win-win situation. Turn every bad situation to good situation. I think in terms of headspace, Adesanya looked, or it sounded like he's in a very good headspace as of now. I'm very happy for the guy. Usually when guys take back-to-back losses or any loss, it's just not the same person. I do digress a bit, but I just had to say that. The fact that Adesanya, I'm just very happy to see him in good spirits. And, for the future, I'm just super stoked for Izzy, the commentator / analyst, because I believe the guy has true eye for the game. That being said, he did address his last performance. He talked about something that we spoke about on this channel, the fact that actually prior to the fight we talked about the fact that he packed on the muscle mass for the Dricus fight. We also talked about after the fight, we talked about post-fight, we talked about how Izzy kind of looked like he was somewhat gun-shy. He also talked about that on this episode. He talked about how his exits were sloppy. That was definitely the case. Generally speaking, he did not look terrible against Dricus, but it was not prime Adesanya, and Adesanya seems to agree. That being said, main subject, obviously, of the videos, UFC 307's Rountree versus Pereira. Obviously, Adesanya faced Pereira multiple times. If I'm not mistaken, twice in kickboxing, twice inside of the octagon, right? A lot of shared history between the two. Accumulated minutes, I don't know. They must have spent a lot of minutes fighting one another. So if anybody's familiar with Pereira style and power, it's Izzy. Even though the power end of it, really, Izzy only lost... the two middle fights were pretty bad for him. But the first fight between the two... kind of favored Izzy. The second fight, it did until Alex Pereira was able to finish. Third fight, obviously. And then the fourth fight, obviously, he knocked out Alex Pereira, which helped push the guy to that light heavyweight division. That being said, Pereira has a Rountree to deal with. Everybody seems to be siding with Alex Pereira. That is the obvious, simple choice. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And not only the benefit of the doubt, Khalil Rountree has power, okay? I do understand there is a size difference. I do understand that there is status difference in terms of name brand. Pereira, Rountree, with no disrespect to Rountree. But a part of me is feeling like that this guy's being overlooked, including by former middleweight champion Adesanya. Adesanya talks about Alex Pereira's kicks. He talks about his power in general. But the thing that really stuck out to me was the fact that he spoke about the guy's mentality. We speak about mentality a lot on this channel. And I cannot say it enough times. Mentality is above all. I do understand that you have to have certain physical attributes. You have to have certain technique. But at the end of the day, if you have physical attributes and technique, but your mentality is weak, then none of that means anything. But when you have the trifecta, then that's what carries people very far. Obviously, Alex Pereira has genetics, right? He has power alongside technique, but he has mentality above all. And I want to go as far as saying that I believe the guy to beat Pereira is the guy that defeats himself when facing Pereira. What does that mean? Meaning in weigh-ins, face-offs, you have to be so confident in yourself and your ability to get past Pereira, look through the guy, right? So you don't defeat yourself prior to entering the octagon. Think about that, right? In the face-off between Pereira and Rountree, I saw a Rountree that was just as stoic as Alex Pereira, right? I saw a Rountree that did not look intimidated by Alex Pereira. Unlike Yuri Prochazka, unlike Adesanya, who admits it himself that there is an aura that you feel. I believe if you get past that, then Alex Pereira just becomes a fighter that is beatable, and Alex Pereira is beatable, right? But obviously, Adesanya thinks that his spirit, his power is gonna end up being on top. I don't know. I think the same could be said for Khalil Rountree, because I saw a guy in the face-offs that was not intimidated by Alex Pereira. I think that's big. Mike Tyson talked about this. He said a lot of the fighters that he got to knock out, he would defeat them before the fight even starts. And I think that has to do with the fighters, the opposition fighters, being their own worst enemy, right? We are our own worst enemy at the end of the day. So I think Khalil Rountree's destiny, in terms of controlling his emotions at least, right, is completely in his hands. And it just looked like a guy that was not intimidated by Alex Pereira. So I don't know. Obviously, Alex can finish this in the first minute. But I think Khalil has the opportunity and the power to do the same. And it's just mind-blowing for me that everybody's just simply dismissing Khalil Rountree. People have short-term memory. People tend to forget, right? And always pick the easier answer, myself included, the first answer that popped into mind, because it's always the easier answer without doing much thinking, right? Obviously, Alex Pereira is the champion, so we have like a cognitive bias towards choosing him as the champion just because he's already champion. So we think that past performances guarantee the future. We all know that past performances do not determine future outcomes, right? That's how new champions are made. Look how Bilal Muhammad, everybody overlooking him, including former champion Leon Edwards. What happened? Mirat Vilashvili. What happened? and so on, so on, so on. So I'm not saying that it's going to be a walk in the park for Khalil Rountree or the same for Alex Pereira. I'm just saying the two guys have to give each other equal amount of respect and forget about Alex Pereira's status as a champion. That none of that really truly matters when that octagon door closes and the bell rings, right? It's those moments that are going to count. I just have a feeling that Khalil Rountree has all of that in mind. Like I said, I'm not siding with one person over the other. I'm just saying people are just swaying one way to where it's just kind of borderline disrespectful, I think, to a guy like Khalil Rountree. I believe he deserves a lot more respect than what he's currently getting. I'm sure he has his fans as well, and he also has the opportunity to create millions of more fans come the night of UFC 307. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments, like, subscribe for more.